I have finally beat Elden Ring and Elden Ring DLC, and now could be the best time for me to give out my honest opinion on the game. So a few weeks ago, I actually made a video that is called, Why Elden Ring Sucks So Bad. And in that video, I'm gonna be honest, yes, it's a bit like a rant or even a lot of my review or like my thought of the game during then, which is very raw and it's just right after I actually quit Elden Ring during then, right? So let me just show you the moment where I quit Elden Ring. Nope, you know what, I have decided this shit. No, I'm not gonna go and play this shit anymore. Not even after the, no, I just don't like the game, like seriously. I really hate it. I'm gonna delete it today. No, fuck this shit, get away from me. I'm not gonna play Elden Ring. So as you can see, I quit the game in the middle of an exploration session. I did not quit the game because the boss is too hard, because it's actually not. Okay, Elden Ring is fairly very easy. If you just play any build, it's actually pretty doable, right? You just need to roll, and then after that hit once, or you can just build a tanky build. It's either you can be two, rolling simulator or tower defense simulator. You just be super tanky and you be like a tower defense. Like the enemy will comes to you, you just have to hit it before your base die, which means your health deplete. That's what it is, right? That is just what it is. It's either rolling simulator or tower defense simulator. So the game is fairly easy actually. So the thing is that the word that's the thing that I didn't really like it. So it felt very copy pasted. Everything is just copy paste. It felt like this thing right here. Like this is how they make their map. Which, do you know what it remind me of? This video right here. I think you can see what I mean by that, right? It just feels so copy pasted in every single area. It's just like in every area they have the same thing, right? Just imagine this. Okay, you're playing Demon Souls, right? You're playing Demon Souls. In Demon Souls, there is this weird fortress things that you have to go and fight at the first place. So in the first place, you get to the fortress, you climb up, you go through the whole thing, you climb down, you make the you do the level, and then the gate opens, then you fight the first boss, which is a weird gooey thing that you have to fight. That is have shields and stuff, and you just have to like somehow just break them down, and then you can just beat them, and then you can beat the boss. And after you beat the boss, you get into the next area. That is this weird dragon and just keep flying around, keep shooting fire at the breach, and you have to run real fast to not get hit, or not if you're just gonna get burned and die, right? So that is like the first. It's very engaging, it's very nice, it's linear, it's nice, it's understandable. But now imagine that thing copy paste in every area. That is Elden Ring for you. That is how I felt about Elden Ring. Like you did the whole thing here, and I'm doing it again here, and then I do it again, the same thing here. Like here, I get through the catacombs, I get through the fortress, I get through the weird garrison thing. I beat all them, get 1 items, and then I get out, and then I do it again. It is at the like I beat like Margit, and after that I get to the next area, then I do it again, the same garrison, the same weird catacomb, and then you just feel like, wait, okay, it's still fine because it's just second. Now I'm doing the same thing, but it's just at the swampy area, right? And then suddenly we just met with the nice mage, like I forgot the mage name. It's I think because Lana Renala. I think Renala, is that the game? Is that the name for the witch who turns herself into a moon? And then you just realize, okay, now you fight a witch, and then the next area, then it's like it's a bit bright. Okay, but now might not we go down. We go down into this weird forest area and do the same thing, right? And over there at the fortress, we can get a nice key, and then we can mix them up together so that we can climb up the nice elevator and stuff like that. So it's just repeating itself. You do the same thing in this area, you do the same thing in this area, and what happened after you climb up to the elevator? There is another whole area with another garrison, with another tombstone, with another same thing as you repeat until you fight another boss, which is like what I said just now. It's just like Demon Souls, like, you know, the map thing, and then it's just copy pasted in our, like, you are playing Demon Souls game again and again and again and again. That's how it felt. It felt like a very tedious, it's tedious. That's just it. That's how I felt about it. It didn't change much until like the very ending part of the game, which is the whole city and stuff like that. The town, that was great. That was nice. And I think the fireplace, like the mansion, the manor, that was actually not bad as well, because it's like all the fire and stuff like that. I did actually feel okay with those places, but other than that, it's just copy pasted, like Kaylee copy pasted this, copy pasted that, copy pasted. It is a huge copy pasted game, and that is one of the reasons why I quit Elden Ring, because of the repetitive and tedious gameplay that I felt in the game. So when I upload that video, why it sucks so bad, people are not having it. So there's a lot of negative comments coming in, and that is the moment where I hate the game even more, to be honest. I just didn't like it at all. Like, first thing is like the fan base or the community of Elden Ring is just so bad. Everybody is just spamming the same shit, like get good, skill issue. Like, they didn't even watch the video and they just spent stuff like that. Because if you watch the video, you probably know I did not quit the game like a rage quit in the middle of a boss fight. And some of the comment even says that this guy probably did not even manage to go through the first boss market. Like, dude, the game is not that hard. It's a super easy game. I would not even say fairly. Like, Elden Ring is very easy. DLC is fairly easy. It's not hard at all. Okay, if you are back in the day gamer like me, like you play Mega Man, you play, like, dude, Mario, if you touch a mushroom, you die. If you touch a mushroom, you die. If you play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, if you touch an enemy, you get decreased of damage. The same thing goes with Mega Man, or even, like, you know, back in the day kind of game. Any of them. I think even Crash Bandicoot is a 3D game. You walk around, you touch something, you still die by touching something. Like, if you're born in those kind of time, if you played that type of game, and you get into like what, Dark Souls, where it's hard. Nah, it's just another game for us. It's fairly easy game. It's just another game. Okay, so that's why when I played Elden Ring, it was okay. So the community make it more worse for me. So it's like, I just didn't like those get good, skill issue stuff. The community is so bad that it makes me hate the game more, and that's the point I wanted to make, by the way. And I mean, look, I mean, if you guys challenge everything, like, you know, like, a lot of people say, oh, you use the summons, you use this and that, it's actually bad, you gotta get good and fight it yourself and stuff like that. Those are the most dumbest shit that I ever heard. Those are the proof that you guys just love the game because of a certain famous content creator played the game and bring this niche game from a side outside to the world, because they somehow, that's how they played the game, because they are a content creator. They gotta make something interesting. They're gonna play the game in a very interesting way so that people will watch their video, right? So that's why they do the challenge and stuff like that. You know, just the same thing when I did my challenge with like no heal run. I could not use any healing inside of my Stellar Blade video. It's just that idea that we have a challenge to ourselves to make the game more interesting. So this doesn't make any sense about get good or skill issue or whatnot, because if you play every other games and you restrict yourself, it's just gonna be the same thing. For example, if you play a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth game and you decided, no, I'm not gonna use any other characters, I'm gonna use only one character, which is Cloud or Tifa, because you love to see her ass walking around. So you just decided that, okay, I'm gonna kill everybody else, and then we're gonna just leave Tifa alive, and I'm gonna go and do a solo run gameplay. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be fairly hard, it's gonna be crazy as well, and you're gonna not just do like a normal run, you're gonna play like a hard mode. If you challenge yourself with all this restriction, any games will be hard. Like for example, even a simple games like maybe Kingdom Hearts, maybe not. If you play like Sephiroth, that game is fairly hard as well. What is a simple game? Let me see. A Tetris? Let's say if you play Tetris and you don't want to change the puzzle, right? You just let it drops that way, and then you would try to survive as long as possible. Isn't that gonna be hard as well? So it doesn't make any sense with all these challenges that say get. So this is one of the reasons why I think it doesn't make sense with all the community. It's just a bunch of kids like doing a bunch of very immature, like, you know, things. So it's just very stupid. So well, enough with the community and stuff like that. I mean, I want to talk a little bit about the game itself. So if you guys watched the Why Elden Ring Sucks So Bad video, you guys probably know that I did mention I have a fair amount of playtime in there, and so the game itself was really fun during the first like I did have a lot of fun. I was like so hype into it, and I just keep like recommending other people to play in my circle of, like, you know, life. And I was telling my brother, I was telling my cousin, like, hey, this game is actually pretty good. It's like, you know, they have like this nice stuff that you can do and stuff. So that only happened in the first 40 hours. Like I would just give it 40 hours solid. And then after that, it would just start to get the tediousness come in, and you just feel like you're doing work instead of playing games. And then, you know, like when you try to fight the boss and stuff, it was like, okay, fine. Because I uploaded the video, because I quit, right? So I was like, fine, I'm gonna give this game another try. I'm gonna go and you know, give one more chance to Elden Ring to entertain me. So I did, and because I saw a nice, interesting build, and I thought I want to give it a try, which is just a shield and a hammer. So I use a shield and a hammer, and it is fun. So yeah, I'm gonna give another chance to Elden Ring to entertain me. Okay. I changed my method because I'm trying to play the game without playing the game. I don't like rolling. I don't like exploring in this game because it's kind of the same thing around, okay? So, I just want to beat the game so that I don't waste my money. This is where I need to go. So that's where I want to go, and that's where I will go. I just yeet them up. What the hell was that? Where the hell are you? What? What? Wait, why am I not hitting you? Stupid! You're too small. This one is actually having fun. Bring back the real Jeffu. Right, you just counter hit everything, and it's very cool, and it's very nice to play around with. You don't have to roll around that much. So now you are playing from rolling simulator to tower defense simulator. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, that's pretty nice. And then, you know how I actually get to know all this? It's actually Google. So basically the game is also Google Simulator. And now I'm gonna give something like a crazy statement. I'm not pretty sure if you guys are ready for this, but I think the game is also a Google Simulator because I'm gonna be honest, I beat the game, I beat the DLC, but I don't even know what the hell is it trying to say. I don't even know what the hell is the game about. If I really want to know, I gotta Google. You get what I'm trying to say? I gotta Google the game. Let's be honest here. You guys probably know the story more from some other content creator, you know, on YouTube or Googling some wiki or fandom to know what is happening with the game or the stories, right? That's how you guys know. You guys read the stories, not by playing the game. It's so weird. It's like, wait, what? So this is, you guys are bashing some other games being like too many words, right? I saw some people right now, they're bashing some Zenless Zone, too many yep. But yet when you guys like, it's so double standard, like, and then you guys say like, dude, isn't Elden Ring lore on YouTube is just a YouTuber yep, like what I'm doing right now, yep on this reviews to you?
Outer god called the Greater Will. There are a lot of outer gods mentioned in Elden Ring. You can think of these kind of like the great ones of Bloodborne.
This is okay, and that is not okay. The yapping in Zenless Zone Zero is not okay. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest here. Come on. It doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, wait, what? No, I just felt it's pretty ridiculous. So that's what I felt about that. So I didn't know what the hell is the game trying to say in Elden Ring at all. It's just like a game where it just throw you, and then it's such a lazy game. That's how I felt, if I'm gonna be honest. That's my take on the game. Like, it's so lazy. Like, it's not trying to engage the thing, and I think the game can get away with anything by just being Miyazaki is a big troll and stuff like that. If they accidentally make one boss super easy and then they say, holy shit, look at that, this is Miyazaki's troll. He's just trolling with us, like we thought this monster is actually gonna look hard and stuff. But apparently he actually did do some mistake with probably programming and stuff. And then because everybody was like okay with it, and then they were like, okay, nah. And then they decided to like suddenly patch up and then make it like the proper way, and then they say, look at that, this is Miyazaki troll. Miyazaki is trolling us. Welcome to the Elden Ring, or welcome to the Souls experience. I think they can just get away with everything because how the community is. There's a lot of bug in that game. There's a lot of a bug in Cyberpunk. It is actually unplayable, some of the bug as well in Elden Ring. And I was like, so this is okay, but Cyberpunk is not okay. It's this double standard, you know. That's the weird thing that I see. It's like it's so stupid. It's so stupid. They can just get away with anything. They can just do anything, and it's just like a Miyazaki troll. So I don't know, man. It's just like a very biased type of game. It's like they can get away with everything. So that's why I think did God of War, like the more I played the game and the more I played God of War, I was thinking whether did God of War really get that fair evaluation, because God of War was exclusive for PlayStation 5 and it only have like 1 month to evaluate for the game of the year. So it was not in a very fair fight. Meanwhile, you know, Elden Ring was in multiple platform and it was also have like 6 months at least. I think quite like, because it was in mid-year when it released, around 6 months to evaluate the game whether is it a game of the year or not. So I don't think that is pretty fair. So that's why I played the game and beat it, but I still feel kind of skeptical about it. That's why I went and look around and go and check for all the game of the year winners that have won the game of the year. And most of the game, as I just show you the list, are released in a very early state of the year, like in a very early time of the year. It's like February for Elden Ring. It was like maybe even April for God of War or something. It's around all those early year, even in summer, like around June, August, or even May or something like that. You know, they are released in a very appropriate amount of time to be given to them to be evaluated as the game of the year in that year itself. So to compare that with God of War Ragnarok, which is released in November, and if you want to say, well, it's their fault that they released the game in November, but yeah, it's Ragnarok and they are Fimbulwinter or something like that, which is about winter, which is about snow and stuff. They are trying to keep it real, right? They're trying to keep the game atmosphere align with the game stuff. They can release the game at September if they want. They can release the game earlier, but that is just gonna be shit, right? Oh, I'm just gonna release the game earlier because I want to win the game of the year. What kind of, like, you know, it's not even art value anymore. It's just profit or number value. What's the point in that? That's just stupid. That sounds so stupid. If that's what God of War did, I think they should not have won in the first place. But that's not what they did. They did that because they thought that is the appropriate time to release the game. That is when they think, yeah, the game right now is cool. And they even actually, you know, decided that they want to step back one step. That's why they delayed the game. For example, they wanted to include PlayStation 4 players to be able to play the game as well. That's why they step a few step back so that a lot of people more people can access to the game. Not only PlayStation 5 owners but also PlayStation 4 owners can play the game as well. And I think that's what they did was awesome. It's great. The decision that they made was great. And despite all of that, right, they didn't have that amount of the appropriate time to be evaluated as the game of the year or whatnot. They still managed to par on with the game that is released in so early of the stage, Elden Ring. Where Elden Ring could already been doing so many things with the community during that time, like only let me solo her or whatever, they just come out with all the community can just do dumb shit and stuff like that. Meanwhile, like God of War didn't even manage to have that advantage because the community can't even beat the game yet when the Game Award is around. So they just released the game and then they just got this like a few weeks time to play the game and just to enjoy the game until it is evaluated as the game of the year or not. So it's just so unfair. I think if the game of the year really mean anything, they should have a very fair kind of like award system where people can evaluate the games properly. Maybe even delay. For example, it's called the Game of the Year 2024, but it's actually maybe until like 2023 late year or something. Like they decided like a date or something, like maybe like the date from 2023, like the June and stuff. This is gonna be this day. This is gonna be this. So they actually have that nice amount of time to evaluate the game properly. So when everybody told me that this is the game of the year, and it doesn't mean anything to me, because I would not let some weird game award shows dictate what is good for me or not, because based on how they did that thing and how that evaluate, it's so irrelevant for me now that I just look at it. It's just the same as, it's just as irrelevant as like what a Kotaku game journalist is in video games. So it's just that kind of like badness for me. So it doesn't mean anything but it's a game of the year. I would dictate what is the game of the year for myself. Like, this is my game of the year, Stellar Blade. That's the game of the year for this year. 2022, Strangers of Paradise. I love that game so much. I love to get chaos. It was fun. It was great. It was released in an appropriate time. I enjoyed that game. I played that game during that year. It was nice. So yeah, 2022, Chaos. 2023, Final Fantasy 16.
I knew it would be big. But this...
That's my game of the year. And it was not Baldur's Gates. I didn't even play Baldur's Gates. Man, I don't like bears. What are you talking about? So yeah, that's my take on that. And this is gonna be my last take, that I'm not going to go and give you guys too much shit, because you guys just gonna be like, oh, bleeding on your year and just say this guy is hating on Elden Ring. No, I do not hate on Elden Ring. I don't hate on Elden Ring. In matter of fact, let me just give you some point. I just think Elden Ring is a very monotonous game. That's just it. Monotonous game. When you guys hear this, like, no, how dare you, the audacity, you say it's a monotonous game, just like many other, like Call of Duty. What? You're comparing different shit with different shit here, okay? Like Call of Duty? What? It's a multiplayer shooting first-person game. That is what it is. You compare Battlefield, you compare Apex Legends with those. You don't compare a multiplayer game with a single-player game. It's just weird. That's totally an irrelevant point that you are making. You compare games like Final Fantasy, Stellar Blade, those are RPG, the same thing. Those are the JRPG, because Elden Ring, like it or not, it stays in that JRPG column. Okay, let me show you. Yes, this is from the Steam. Yes, that is JRPG. Do you see that? It's an RPG game. Okay, what are you talking about? That's why you compare them with the same genre of stuff. If not, you're just gonna make that statement. You're gonna make Eminem mad. You're gonna make Eminem mad, man. He'll just be like, wait, you don't bring me down here, and then you try to nominate me, and then after that you bring up some weird ladies, like I don't even know who's that chick. Taylor Swift, who is she, right? If you bring me out here, you try to compare me with Kanye West, you probably, I'll be like, oh shit, that guy makes good tracks, I'm okay with this. But you don't bring me with that shit, right? It's a totally different genre. Do you know that? Do you see what I'm trying to say, right? It's irrelevant. You don't do that. But Elden Ring got PvP. So does Uncharted. But do you see Uncharted as like a multiplayer game? No, it's a single player game. Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's a single player action adventure game. That's what Uncharted is. That's what Tomb Raider is. Tomb Raider have a PvP as well. There is a multiplayer they can play and can shoot each other and shit like that. Is it a multiplayer game? No, it's an action adventure. Nobody plays their multiplayer shit, right? Just the same shit as like only a bunch of kids who like to compare their dicks will go to PvP. Most of us who got shit to do will just go and play the game, beat the game, and then just move on. Do you see a lot of people who got shit to do, we just stick around and say, holy shit, PvP is fun in this game? No. We will play the game, we play the single player game because it's a single player games, and that's how they were made and that's how they were played. Okay? So it was a single player game. Now we can move on to my point of what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is you compare them with games like Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or even remakes. Or you don't compare them with the turn-based. It would be quite weird. Maybe you can, but I will not. I will still compare them with the action RPG. Okay, for example, even Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you can do that. Assassin's Creed Origin, it's like an RPG element in it, so you can still do that. God of War, Ragnarok, it's an RPG game, it's not a hack and slash. You can compare that. Don't compare that with Devil May Cry. But maybe you can. I'm not pretty sure because I haven't played Devil May Cry 5. I'm not pretty sure there's an element in there. But you're trying to see what my point is. So I would try to say, like, for example, if you compare that with like Stellar Blade will keep things fresh and engaging. First you play like a weird nice hack and slash, you drop down, you can get like a nice Sekiro gameplay, and then after that you will get into the whole map thing. Then you can get like a nice Dead Space gameplay, and it engage you with like a different like collective things that you can do, and then you can fish, you can have a bunch of tiny mini games on the way. It will just keep things fresh and it's not monotonous, right? That is how you see that somebody is loving making a game that is fun. I want to make a fun game. I want to make games, and if you like argue, holy shit. Make games that is fun. Elden Ring is not supposed to be fun, but it's the most easiest game that I ever played. I'm trying to make an argument here. So if it's not fun, then why are you playing it? Are you a masochist? Or do you like women stepping on your dicks or something like that? Is that what it is? What is happening here? You're like Doya, skina no kai? Ara. Is that what you like? Is that what it is? So it's just a bunch of pervert who actually play Elden Ring? What the hell is this? Games are made because they are games. Games equivalent to fun. Things, activities that you do for fun. Games. Do you understand that? Go dictionary. Go into a dictionary and search it up. Search it up, dude. It's supposed to be fun, right? People had fun with it. You see a lot of those people, they will say, oh, I had fun with this and stuff like that. But it was not fun for me, right? Remember the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, there's a lot of argument. It may get straight into like a weird kind of argument, but the point I'm trying to make is just that the game is a monotonous game. But meanwhile, a lot of other studios, they really put a lot of efforts trying to make it engaging and trying to make it tasteful, right? It's nice that you don't just go with like a blunt, you're just eating like, oh, I guess this is what it is. When you put into food now, it makes sense. Because a lot of Westerners who actually like Elden Ring, a lot of Asian people, they don't really like them. Because Asian people with Asian food, you can see a lot of spices, and they like flavor, right? Meanwhile, in a lot of like the Western world, they like to eat like, I don't know, very bland stuff, like just like one taste. They don't like flavor at all. They have white flavor or something. I don't know, like just like what Uncle Roger always say. So I think it makes sense that why is it so popular on the Western world instead of the holy shit. I guess that's just what it is. It was the flavor, the differences. Am I trying to make this cultured? Maybe it is. Maybe it's just culture differences. I see like a lot of like Westerners when they eat food and they see spices they get freaked out. They're like, wait, is that got spice in that? Is it gonna be spicy? Like is it gonna be like a lot of like flavor inside my mouth? What's gonna happen? It's like, dude, now I see. Oh shit! So that's what it is. It was just all there. So basically, Elden Ring is just this blunt food made for you guys. That's why you guys love to eat it. And I guess if you're an Asian, you probably won't find it tasty at all. For me, my most favorite action RPG game till now is Nier Automata, which is a very flavorful game. They got so many flavor in it. So many flavor. So I guess that's just what it is. I uncovered. I know what it is. Holy shit. Man. Damn. So that's what it is. The flavor, the spices. Oh. Damn. This is great. So I guess that's it. I mean, like, we know why. There's no more debates. I guess that's why I don't like Elden Ring. It's just one taste. That's it, guys. That's it. So yeah, that's my take. I already told you what I liked and what I don't like about the game. I like about the game is only, I think, one aspect right now. The world is beautiful. That is true. I like the world, but there's no nice characters. Like, I don't even know what the protagonist is trying to say or trying to do. Like, it's just like you are a huge masochist or pervert. You just let that weird lady that, like, you know, I'm not know, is it like I forgot her name now because she didn't appear that much. Like, is it Melania? No, like that lady who actually asked you, like, you are maidenless, let me something, you know, the girl that actually gave you your horse. I forgot her name. Damn, dude. Well, I guess she's just not that memorable. Huh. Look at what I did. No, it's no character that's memorable. It's seriously, they just put a bunch of Sephiroth in it, if you guys remember all the bosses. But it's not that memorable. If you compare a normal dude out on the street, you take Godfrey, or you take Melania, and then you take Tifa, okay? Cloud, okay? You ask people on the public, do you know who is this from? No. Do you know who's Tifa or Cloud from? Oh yeah, I think I saw her before. It's from the Italy Senate thing, right? Something fantasy. Yeah, she is my fantasy. She is my fantasy. You see? People will probably know about them more than a bunch of Sephiroth. That's just, you know, that's just what it is. They're just trying to make a bunch of Sephiroth, which is, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember most of the boss right now already. I only remember the weird Mesmer because people were talking about him. If I did not see a lot of video about him, I probably won't even know, because for me, I just fought him around like 2 or 3 times and I beat him, and it was not that memorable for me. I just remember the eye thing that he just squished. So yeah, so it's very, like, you know, like very chuny build, like very like like, you know, like the kids when they're in their teens, they watch too much anime and they always be like, I am associated with the darkness and I shall show you despair and the flames of hell, and then they get bullied and then like pop, 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 you know, that's what they actually are. That's how I felt about the bosses, most of them. The most memorable one is the one that usually get you struggled, which for me was the last boss in the DLC, which I now forgot his name. Look at that. I am really not messing around. What is his name again? Godfrey? No, Radahn. Yeah, that's his name, Radahn, and the fanboy. Who's the fanboy that makes them incest and weird shit? Who's that fanboy? Malekith. No, Malekith. No, I don't know, man. That it's not girl, it's not guy, but it's fanboy. We know it's fanboy. Yeah. So I guess that's what you guys love. That's just weird. it's a whole game made for the Western. That's just what I'm gonna say, because I don't see any Asian really enjoy the game that much. I compare. Okay, there is people who enjoy them, but most of the people that I know and most of the YouTubers in Japan that I saw, they are not that huge of like a fan of like, oh, Elden Ringu daisuki. No, it's not. It's just, you know, let's just be honest. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, all these guys who played Dark Souls 2 made them famous, and that's just it. Even Asmongo, I guess. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's just what I have. That's my take. If you guys have any disagreement, it's fine, because I just put it out there in the public. You guys can agree or disagree. This is my take on it. This is my review. It is what it is, and I hope to see you guys again on the next video. So yeah, it's a 3 out of 10 game for me. Why is it 3 out of 10? Let me now tell you. DLC exists. The base game exists. I beat both of them. 3 out of 10. That's the score. So there you go. That is my take. I will upload some of my bosses gameplay and my journey of the game as well. If you guys are interested to see how I went from enjoying the game to not enjoying the game, you guys can actually see it there. It is all the proof where I did not have much like struggle with the boss that much. I did have some struggle with the snake, the fire snake thing, and maybe a few bosses at the beginning, but overall it was actually very, yeah, it's easy. It's an easy game. So yeah, you guys can actually see that. So until the moment where I quit in the middle of the street, and then I went back and then played the whole game and beat the DLC. So yeah, we will see whether if yeah, stuff like that will appear. I will slowly upload those, just so that if you guys wanted to suffer like I do, like, because I did spend 100 hours to be exact, to suffer myself to play the game. I mean, like, nah, let me just be honest, it's not 100 hours suffer, it's 60 hours suffer, because I enjoyed the 40 hours. I did enjoy the 40 hours, but I suffered the 60 hours. So yep, nonetheless, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I hope to see you guys again. I'll be seeing ya. Looking forward on how you think about the video. I already know it's gonna have a lot of downloads, because that's what happens with my last Why Elden Ring Sucks So Bad video. I hope to see you guys again on the next video. I'll be seeing ya. Drop that bitch.